Marx made a lot of nice tenders, but the only problem is they forgot to put a whistle in them. So today, that'll be our project. We're going to put a Lionel whistle into a Marx tender. I found that these large, this is the nickel plate road tender. I customized it. It was all beat up, so I gave it a custom paint job, and I found some decals, or not decals, but I found the pattern for some decals online for the bi-war bonds, tenders that came around 1940s during World War II. So what we'll do is the Lionel tender, the whistle is only held on by two bolts and two nuts, so I already removed the nuts off and the bolts just hold it in there. There's two wire nuts that hold the rear wires on. The red one goes to the center rail. As you see, they have it marked here with a stripe on that particular lead here. So now, once we've removed it, now I'll show you how to put it in a Marx tender. Once you have the whistle unit out of the Lionel tender, making a template is pretty simple. You just need a piece of paper, just draw a circle in there, and then circle where the two bolts go. And that's pretty much it. And that'll give you a pretty nice template. You can cut it out and put it on cardstock if you want to, or just getting it fairly close will work. I've already drilled my Marx tender out. I made the holes a little bigger so they give me a little play to make sure that it'll go in evenly. Now to put this in, to line it up, what I had to do was, it's a little wide, so if you notice, the tender, I left this tab on this side so it was available, but on the other side of the tender, I had to remove it. I had to just widen it out just a little bit on one side of the tender. Just took a Dremel with a cutting wheel and cut right along where that tab was. And so I kind of offset the whistle unit so that this slot for that tender is open, so it's available. And as you look, you can see where I put it. Here's the rivet for the truck. It just sits about right there, and that should fit, because you want to make sure that this motor housing doesn't go any farther back than here, or it won't fit in there. To drill the center hole, I just drilled a pilot hole, and then I found the biggest drill bit I could and drilled through the pilot hole. Then I used a Dremel. You can use probably any sanding or grinding tool that for your Dremel to open that up as much as I could. When that's fairly good size, you can see that the whistle should be able to blow through that pretty good. We'll test it. Yep, not a problem. For the pickup, I have a Marx roller pickup. I took it from a Searchlight. It's one of the ones that were removable, and just push the wires up through. I like the roller pickups the best. They have the less friction, and they work really well. Okay, so we have the holes all drilled. We put the bolts down through. Now we can line them up with our holes. Should slip right in there, and it does. Turn it over. Get the little nuts. Yeah, dropped it. There it goes. Get it started. The other one on there. Now we'll just tighten them down evenly, and then we'll wire it up. Next we'll solder the leads. There we go. I soldered the red wire to the middle pickup, and then the other wire goes to the outside rail. I don't know if the polarity makes a difference with these, but some of them do. I guess sometimes you can just change the polarity on your transformer. Then we'll put the wire nuts on, and then we'll put the shell on, we'll put it together, and then we'll test it. Okay, so I soldered the leads. I put a little piece of tape so they don't go anywhere. Tape them right back down like Lionel did. And then we should be ready put the tender back together. So we look at the side that has the cutaway. And we'll start with that side. See if we can line it up. Okay, so we're snapping it in there. Make sure all your tabs are up through. And you can just take a little screwdriver and gently fold a couple of them over. I don't usually fold them all. That way if one breaks, I'll have one or two more. Fold that middle one over. And then the one on this side. Make sure it's in there tight. Just gently fold it over. And we're just about ready to test it. I guess we'll fold this one too because they're sticking up a little bit. Let's fold it over. There. Now we're all set. Now we'll get a Lionel transformer and we'll test it out. One more modification that we found we had to make was where the air comes out to make the sound. The tender is so close to it that it wasn't able, it was making a high whistling sound. So what we did was we took a Dremel with this bit and we opened up the top of each place where the air comes out, and that straightened it out. So we should be all set to go. We'll put the shell back on and we'll test it out.